gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Reporting live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we won't know what special meaning. We on it live with no gimmicks. No gimmicks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Todd Smith here once again, alongside my tag team partner Dale Clifford out there in Fernley, Nevada. Welcome to yet another episode of No Gimmicks Podcast, broadcasting on the 3 and Out Radio Network. Dale, what's good, my man?
What's up, Todd? Good to see you again. Nice to be here, and another interview coming up with another member of the Shine Squad.
Yes, sir, indeed. So slowly but surely, we're making our way through the roster, and this week we are joined by one Mr. Vic Biggs. Vic, what's good, brother? How you doing out there in North Carolina?
I'm doing great, man. As a matter of fact, I'm in North Carolina for tonight, and tomorrow I set out on the jet and I go back to the island of Biggs.
All right, man. So before you hit that jet, Mr. Jet Setter, got a couple questions we'd like to ask you. So how long have you actually been in the professional wrestling business, and who trained you?
I've been in the business since December 7th of 2007, as a matter of fact. Originally, I was trained by Hadani Vu, and then I got further training by Hadia Assassin. I've had some help with training from Sean Cruz. I could sit here and name for about 4 hours of who's actually helped train.
Okay, so that's a nice little roster you got going on there with the Shine Squad. As you know, we already interviewed Sean and Bridget. We're trying to lock down on one Mr. DA Assassin. He seems kind of like the elusive guy to try to get to. I guess he's out there, doing what he does best, assassinating people, right?
He is the assassin, and he definitely lurks in the shadows.
Okay, so he's
no pun intended on the actual Austin and Jackson shadows.
He's kind of hard to catch up with. We'll hopefully catch up with him eventually. So, Dale, what you got for Mr. Biggs here?
So, what promotions have you had the chance to work for?
UWC. I've worked for Edge, Shockwave. Man, I'm going to forget some of them. I know I am. Yeah, I can't think of any more. Crew. I worked with Extreme Shock Wrestling, ESW. And some other ones that I do not remember because it was a one shot and done.
Okay. So now one of those, my next question I have for you here, you mentioned Shockwave. So you said besides being a ref, you've also, carried on a lot of different roles in the pro wrestling business. And one of those is as a ref. You've ref some matches as well, correct?
Currently, yes, I've refed quite a few matches. I'm waiting on my license to be reinstated from Shockwave. I'm currently sitting in the bad section there. I'm stuck to reffing with them for now. But mainly I am a manager.
Okay. So you were bad. They made you kind of sit out for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be writing a letter of apology to the board for some stuff I done.
Care to explain what you did exactly that put you in this situation?
Well, let's see. Sometimes you shouldn't trash talk the fans as bad as I did.
Oh,
and I actually had a mom of a kid follow me into the locker room.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
So they suspended me, and that's been over a year ago.
Damn, man. So she was about ready to put the belt to you or something, huh?
Oh yeah. She was trying to get to me.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad she didn't. Dale, what you got next for Vic?
So obviously managing and refereeing, have you ever actually wrestled a match?
Yes, I have actually. There's a show that happens here in North Carolina, and it's called the Shane Alex Small Rumble to Remember. And I actually entered into that show, and I was wearing a mask. And the whole point is I wanted to win the trophy. That's the big thing for that show. And I got eliminated as the masked guy, and I took the mask off and I slid right back into the ring and I got eliminated again. So,
Thought you were slick, didn't you?
well, tried to.
I give you credit for style points at least, Vic.
No, I appreciate that.
So now you obviously have worked as a heel, just from explaining the story with the angry mother who was the fan. Have you worked as a face ever in your career?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Hey, the glove didn't fit, so you must have quit. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Okay.
Pretty much.
All right, Dale, what you got next for Vic here?
What helped you kind of develop the Vic Biggs persona?
Honestly, it's just my normal personality amped up times 100. But a lot of influence from Jim Cornette, Jimmy, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Those were guys that I really, really admired. When I was young. I've always been sort of pulled to the heel side of things. Of course, you have your favorites. Hogan, of course, when I was little, Hogan was like the rock star. I even named a dog after him. So,
oh, nice.
But mainly, it's just me amped up to 10,000 times.
Right on, man. Hey, so my next question I have for you, Vic, Cornette, it was the tennis racket. Our dude, Brian Zane, usually he uses the spray bottle with the water, the mister.
Okay.
Mr. Fuji, it was the cane. So what's your weapon of choice, or do you have a weapon that you bring with you to the ring?
Well, I'm just going to put it like this. No gimmicks at all.
Just like our show.
Yeah, exactly. I get all the heat I need by just using words and action. I've tried different things, I come out with a little cane and, this, that, and the other, but it wasn't me. I really wanted to be different. There's people who use whistles and briefcases and stuff like that. Hey, if that's your cup of tea, I'll go right ahead. But if you can go out there with nothing and really make something, and get the heat, then hey, that's the way it should be. So
yeah, if it works, it works, brother. Then what you got next for Vic?
Who would you say has been your most successful client at the time that you were managing them?
There's actually two of them. A guy who actually he moved to California. His name is Alex Adonis. He's very successful over there. And then we have Hadia Assassin, who currently me and him are not seeing eye to eye because me being a ref, I have to call things down the middle, and he doesn't like that. So, yes, I am a heel, but when I'm reffing, I'm straight down the middle. I'm the neutral party.
Okay.
But yeah, those two right there, we've cut it up here in the Carolinas.
Right on. So now this is a follow-up question about one of the guys you mentioned, Alex Adonis, because I'm originally from California. Dale is from out there in Nevada, as we said at the beginning of the show. We've actually both spent some time on indie circuit out there. This guy, Alex, which companies does he work for out there? I'm just curious.
I know that he's done some work for Santino Brothers.
Okay, they're down in SoCal.
Yeah, the other ones I'm not real sure. I see his matches, on Facebook and stuff when he posts them, but here recently I couldn't tell you who he's actually working for. I know he's still active though.
Okay, good stuff, man. So Dale, you got a question about the landscape of the wrestling business you'd like to ask Vic, right?
Well, I was just going to say, is like, how long have you been a part of the Shine Squad?
Well, the Shine Squad started up, last year, probably around this same time. We all got together. Like I said, the show for Shane Alex Small. We went to Shine to train at Cole Cash D's place, and it just popped up that it was the Shine Squad. And I'm not as active in it as all the rest of them are, but I am there. So I've got other things in my personal life that keep me from going there every time they train. So
Right, understandable. So now let me ask you this question here. So let's talk about the landscape of the wrestling business here. If you could change anything about indie professional wrestling or how people perceive the wrestling business in general, what would you change and why?
I would change the fact that everyone who doesn't know the business say it's fake.
Okay.
And the reason is because nothing about wrestling to me is fake. You know, you have your gimmicks, but they're real to us. You know, yes, certain things we know, but it's still all real to us. And I think who was it? Was it Ken Kennedy that said wrestling is real and people are fake?
Truth.
You know,
Yep.
that's I hate that fake word. To me, that's the other four-letter word.
Worse
That
than
I
never.
just yeah, exactly. But the whole reason I love this sport and going out and doing what I do is because I know there's kids and grown adults who actually say, "Hey, this is real to us," and they forget whatever troubles are going on in their life for that 2 hours they're at a wrestling event. So, but yeah, just it's not fake. You don't go out and say that Rampage the movie was fake. You go, that was a great movie.
Exactly.
Okay, so you go to a wrestling show and you watch a show and you go, man, that was awesome. It was great action. It's the same as a movie.
Thank you, Vic.
So
Yes. And the thing is, I'm having to do this all the time, man. You basically suspend disbelief for a couple hours just to allow yourself to be entertained. And then, one of the main examples I always try to use here, if you remember like the early 90s action flicks with somebody like, say, Steven Seagal or John Claude Van Damme, or even someone like the early Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, you just have to say to yourself, how in the hell does this dude go through a whole 2 hour long movie and doesn't get hit in the face once?
Right.
Or doesn't get shot, or gets thrown out of a car, something like that, and tumbles on the road without a scratch or like no tears in his clothes. Yeah, it's the same thing, man.
It's the exact same thing, except with us, people get hurt, man. Me, for example, I broke an ankle. So that was just it's real. Every bump we take is real. All the chops, all the forearms, all that stuff is real. So
Truth. Dale, what you got next for Vic?
So besides wrestling, what would you say are some of your other interests or hobbies?
This is going to sound funny, but man, my biggest interest and hobby is scouting. I love Boy Scouting. I'm actually a Cub Master, and this is going into my real shoot life.
Okay.
I'm a Cub Master. My wife, she's a Tiger Den leader. I've got two boys that are in it, and that's my biggest thing, and that's the reason why I don't make training a lot of days, is because I'm focused on that.
Right on.
More hobbies. I'm a big gamer. I haven't gamed quite as much as I normally do in the past month and a half or so. But I'm a huge PC gamer. Previous things was paintball. That's pretty much it though, man. I'm pretty laid back, and I just do the family thing whenever I'm not out there entertaining the masses.
Okay. 2 follow-up questions to what you just stated. 1, have you heard of the man scout Jake Manning?
Yes,
That dude's
I
great.
have.
Yes. He works a lot of Northeast wrestling shows out here in Connecticut, so I get to see him.
He works that gimmick to a T. I haven't seen Jake though since probably 2005, 2000. No,
Wow.
no, I lied. Probably 2006, 2007 ish, maybe 2008. The last time I saw him was the last time I saw a KC McKnight in action, and that was in a town here in North Carolina called Kenansville.
Okay.
I think it was MAW or something. I don't even remember the promotion that it was.
Huh.
But yeah, I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah. I love that thing he does called a trust fall, where he just kind of like folds his arms and he stands up there in the top rope and he just falls down to the dudes who are down below. That's one of my favorite spots. I love that. And then for on the gaming side, since you said you do some PC stuff, you familiar with the Fire Pro series? You plan on checking out Fire Pro World?
I don't know. I'm not honestly. I don't do wrestling games on the PC. I'm more of a strategy type guy. RTSing. Not. I don't do a whole lot of the first person shooter things anymore. Just my reflexes aren't as good as they used to be.
Okay.
Some would say old age. Some would say old age, but I'm just going to say that is just from the years of taking the bumps.
Because I was going to say, yeah, if you wanted to get down on that, man, I would get myself a copy of that before it's released on PS4. We'd have to go at it online.
Oh, okay.
You're safe for now, though, because I've been Fire Pro back
right.
in the late 90s, man.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah. Let's say you get in the old time machine, go back in time with Doc there. So if you could, what advice would you give yourself when you first started out in the pro wrestling business? Say if you could go back.
Honestly, keep your mouth shut and just do what you're told.
That's what a lot of people say, man.
I messed up really bad back in 2009, and it hurt my career. So yeah, just keep your mouth shut. Check the attitude at the door. I'll leave the ego alone, and everything will be okay.
Only if you feel comfortable with sharing. Are you at liberty to share what happened, or?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Just figured I'd ask anyhow here. So, hey, at this point, man, Dale was going to go ahead and help us wrap this on up, Vic.
Okay.
So thanks for coming on the show at this time. Now we're going to turn it over to you to let us know about any upcoming shows you're working on.
All right. Mainly I work Shockwave wrestling. It's the third Saturday of every month. I'm reffing there. Actually, and this will be the first time that it's put out in public, but August the 11th of this year in Kinston, North Carolina, I will be there also for the Shane Alex Small Rumble to Remember. That's a very near and dear event to my heart. I make sure I make that one every year. But honestly, that's pretty much all I'm working. I'm working Shockwave and I'm working the Shane Show. If anything pops up, if I'm free, hey, I'll take it. If not, then next time.
Hey, promoters, give this guy a look, man. Good dude, stand-up guy here. Give him some work. Hey, so before we wrap this on up here, Vic, please tell our viewers also how they can stay in touch with you on social media.
I do not have a social media account, actually.
None?
For Vic, I have personal, but nothing for Vic. If they want to go over to the Shane Alex Small Rumble to Remember page on Facebook, I'm sure those guys would, appreciate the like. But other than that, man, I don't really have a social media account. I got so much going on that I have time for just my personal account, and that's pretty much it.
Well, you know what? On that account, then I must say, see what I did there? I feel privileged because I got this dude's personal account on my Facebook friends list. So that's good stuff there. Hey, so one thing is for sure. We wish we could sit up here and talk to my man Vic all night long, but thank you for joining us for this edition of No Gimmicks Podcast for our interview with the one Mr. Vic Biggs. Vic, it's been good having you on, brother.
Thank you, and it was a great pleasure talking to both of you.
Yes, sir. We are No Gimmicks.
Oh, hold on.
One more thing.
No gimmicks, but I will say, I'll make you famous.
Hey, listen to him. He will. Hey, so no gimmicks, no image, all wrestling all the time. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share our videos.
No gimmicks. Yeah. No gimmicks, taking over, no limits. Motivation, the truth inside everything you are hearing. Reporting live, know you feel it. Wrestling is everything that we will know with special meaning. We on it live with no gimmicks.